Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 10, Week 1, Day 6. So today, nothing too special going on within the game. However, of course there are still a bunch of modes going on. We have raids, which actually all these modes my guild has actually already finished. So we're probably just going to be mostly focusing on Explore 12 today. But we get all this, and unfortunately nothing good in the raid bonuses. And of course we also had the standard world event that we had going on this week. And this one we also got completed in a major blue, actually getting something good from it. Aside from that, the 100th Guild War is in 1 day and 6 hours. So that's pretty hype. But yeah, the 100th Guild War is right around the corner. Make sure you're registered for it. Though still the loot is still pretty much as bad as it's always been unless you're in like bracket 1 where all the loot resides. But I think we're in bracket 3 or 4 for the 100th Guild War, somewhere around there. I can't remember if we stayed the same, moved down, or moved up. I highly doubt we moved up though. But we're somewhere's in there. Anyways, so yeah, today we'll mostly be doing Explore 12. Hopefully we'll get as lucky as we did yesterday. Oh, also, we got some Elite Pass stuff that I forgot to buy the thing earlier, but there it is. Ended up doing that a little bit earlier. But we got all of our loot. All the loot from the paid side, as well as the stars there. Also, you can do it at any point, by the way. You can literally wait till like the last day of the campaign. As long as you had the campaign completed, you would still get all the rewards. You don't miss out on any rewards that you already claimed. Like as you saw there, that mail that was sent to us was all the rewards of all the campaign stuff that we already had. So yeah, you are allowed to get it whenever you want. You don't have to get it like immediately, because it does retroactively give you the rewards for everything you've already done, as long as it's still during the campaign, of course. Once that has ended, you can't. Anyways, but yeah, we're mostly going to be focusing on Explore 12 then, because this is the main thing we need for loot. We're going to be upgrading our second mythic next week, particularly Arachnian Weaver for the 100th Guild War. And because of that, we need a lot more niches, and we did pretty good last night. We got 6 niches, tokens, obviously not medals, but 6 tokens, which is still insane. That's almost, that's 2/3 of a medal right there. Yeah, we got pretty lucky. We got a 5x nisha from a 5x chest, which is pretty cool. The second time it's happened. We've hit it 2 times now. One before we got the mythic, and one after we got the mythic. Oh, also, that's something I should probably change the title to, because we're probably going until we get it. I almost forgot about that. This is going to be the 100th, actually, let me just rename that the title. I almost forgot about that. 100th Mimic. Let's see, there we go. 100th Mimic Hunt. Let's see. There we go. Because even though next week's the 100th Guild War, tonight is the 100th Mimic. We are not ending this stream until we find a Mimic. That is my goal. And we'll hand out the code once we find the Mimic. But, yeah, the stream's not ending until we get one singular Mimic, because we only need one singular Mimic. Obviously, we might still keep going if we get it very quickly. Unless it takes us, like, literal hours. In which case, we might be here a while. But no, I highly doubt it'll take more than an hour. We got, like, 3 of them last night. 1 5 times with a 5x nisha. It's very nice. But yeah, we're going till we find a Mimic. There's our goal tonight. And it will be our 100th one to go with the 100th Guild War next week. But anyways, hello everyone. Hope all you guys have been doing well. Hope you've all had a wonderful weekend so far. Hello Isabel. Hello Bill. Hello Draco. Hello Big Country. Hello Gimli. Hello Cookie. Hello Isabel. Hello Easy Breezy. Hello Genki. And hello rednaZ. Welcome, welcome. Also hello Big Country. Okay, let's go take a little bit of mana. Yeah, let's go get this Mimic. The big 100. 2 big 100s. Okay, we'll take that over. Unfortunately, it is just quicker to go for a little bit of mana, but we didn't have mana. Like right there is easier to go for the 3 than to go for the skull there, because we get more damage this way, and then he's dead. Oh yeah, you have to add the 2 together to get 100. Because technically, we found 99 2x chests. I just don't count it as a 2x chest when it converts to a 5x. So theoretically, we have found 99 2x chests. It's just every 5x I count only as a 5x, not as a 2x. But theoretically, if you counted every 5 times as a 2x, because theoretically you did get a 2x from it. If you count it like that, then we've got 99. Which is 14 of them upgraded further time. Oh, don't you resummon. I'm gonna win. That makes us not win. Well, it doesn't make us lose, but it makes us win slower. Good old water. Actually, I'm out of water now. I might need another. So we might be here a while. Depends how lucky or unlucky we get. If we get as lucky as last night, it probably won't be that bad. But if we get really unlucky, could be here a little while. How on earth did I miss every single thing there? Pretty sure it's quicker just to go for mana here. But he is quite damaged. Actually, so much so, that will kill. If you can just find one more skull. Problem is actually finding one more skull to the point. This always happens. Every time I try skull pressuring, this is why I never bother skull pressuring once hero dies. Because we'll get them to the point where they're in one-shot skull range, and then we'll have Zugoff but no skull, and then it's like, oh, well, I should have just taken mana then. Hello, Logic Slayer! Welcome! Oh, don't mess with Zugoff. I need that value. There we go. Hello, TJTimebomb! Welcome, welcome. Working from work. We're glad you could join us. Oh, such a generic first chest. But hopefully it'll get better. Who knows, maybe our 100th chest watch would be something good. Though it's going to be hard to top last night. Because last night was pretty much tied as the best chest we ever got, not counting the one that actually had the mythic in it. Also, sometimes quicker just to take the purple with a Thrall team. Just in case it doesn't get full mana. It also leaves you with a follow-up after. In case you still need Leprechaun. I generally just cast Leprechaun immediately. Though there are some boards where you don't, which is why I actually don't always just click it right at the start. Please let me click. There we go. Oh, so we did get a gnome there. Unfortunately, a pretty bad one. Cursed gnomes are pretty useless. The amount of shards they give is just so little. Like, you get less than one whole delve's worth of shards from a single one of them. Which is actually a pretty minuscule amount. Because you can do at least 3 of them per day, if not more. But even at only 3 per day, like, you're getting, like, minimum an average of upwards of 100 shards each. But then you get one of those, and its range is like 20 to 100, with 100 being like ultra rare, with this average being closer to like 40-ish to 50-ish. Because even though it can have a 20 to 100 range, it's normally giving you like 20, 30, stuff like that. Only occasionally does it give you 50 and 100. So its average is a lot closer to 40, which is pretty low, given that that's basically 3... Like 3 of them would equal 1 single delve, of which you get 3 of those per day. Which means you'd have to find like 9 of them to equal 1 day's worth of delves. Diamonds can be seen in a very similar way too, where you're commonly getting like 2 or 5 diamonds at a time. Yet a single daily's worth of diamonds is what, 22 or 24, whatever it comes out to. And that's not even counting the other little pack, but just like the free ones that you get is like 22 or 24, I can't remember. Depends how much the little shards are. But even if you just count it as 20. Like, you have to find so many gnomes, like 8 of them or so. Pretty much the same thing. You almost need like 9 gnomes to equal the same amount that you would get from just the daily system. Which is always weird that they gave so little. Because the daily system for chaos shards and the daily system for diamonds is just so much more than the average rate that you get from gnomes. And then I would say way more. I mean like way, way more. Like the margin of difference. It's always weird how they had that. Let's see. I hate every move, but me taking nothing is not progressing any forward. But yeah, we're gonna play Guild War very slowly for the 100th Guild War. We're gonna see if we can finally get a 5 zeros again. I'm pretty sure we're gonna fail at it. We're gonna try. Even if we have to edit our team before every single battle to hard counter the enemy. The problem is there's still starting boards where you just kind of auto-lose, regardless of what you do. Are we going to put it to 1x speed? We'll see. I think it might make me do worse if I put it on slow motion. Because how bad is 1x speed these days? Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty slow. I already missed a move. Yeah, that's very slow. Oh, I forgot to take a skull as well. Like, it's almost more distracting when I see it move that slow. Like, it's almost harder to play the game at a slow speed now. As weird as that may seem. Because I'm just so used to looking at it move this quick. So it's very distracting when it moves at a glacial pace. Hey, another gnome. I got a Rainia there. Oh, what was the question about Gem Tribute? My bad. I didn't see what it was. Wait, what was the question? Let's see. Oh, is there a specific kingdom that grants the most gems for tribute? No. The way that tribute is determined is based on how many tributes you get simultaneously. So it's based on how your percents are all across all of your kingdoms. But there's no particular kingdom that has a gem resource. The best one is Glory, which is White Helm. So if you're looking for us to set your home kingdom, you'd set it to White Helm. If you're looking at it purely from a loot perspective. However, what you set your home kingdom to has no effect on your tribute. Tribute's simply determined by how many tributes you get simultaneously, and the only way to make that go higher is to have higher percents on all of them, which means more kingdom stars. Because there's two different rewards that you get when you upgrade kingdoms. Well, there's a lot of them when you get the star levels, but there's two of them that affects kingdoms themselves. One is Tribute Reward and one is Tribute Chance. Tribute Reward just makes the reward that you actually get when Tribute occurs higher. That does not increase the gems or anything, just like the gold, glory, souls that it has. So that one's the least relevant one. Though the one that's really relevant is when it gives you extra Tribute Chance. This increases the chance that you'll get Tribute from the kingdom. And the reason why this is relevant is when multiple kingdoms give Tribute simultaneously. That is what causes how many gems and gold keys you get. The number that you get of each is determined by how many tributes you get, -1 times 1 for the gems and times 2 for the gold keys. So if you get 21 kingdoms doing tribute simultaneously, you will get 20 gems and 40 gem keys. I mean, sorry, 40 gold keys, I mean. Could you imagine 40 gem keys? But I mean 40 gold keys. 20 gems, 40 gold keys in that situation. Yeah, so your number of tributes -1 for the number of gems. But the only way to make the number of tributes simultaneously higher is by having higher tribute chance, which mostly just means get star levels on everything higher. Which means over time you get a lot more gems, which is why like earlier in the game, you know, you kind of start at like 5-10 gems per hour or so. And then you get like where we are right now, where it's like 20 something per tribute whenever we click it. It's a lot of gems. Like I think our average is almost 24 right now. It's ridiculously high. But we have every kingdom as max as they can go currently, though they will still keep going higher too. It's not even as high as they can be. Though they are as high as they can be relative to, you know, where the current state of the game is. Well, as time goes on, we get more options, which means more tributes. Also, we're getting a new kingdom next month as well, which, of course, anytime we get a new kingdom is also more tribute, because it's a whole another role that can occur. And that increases tribute by a lot, because it's like a whole extra thing that you can end up getting. And not to mention, it normally gets up to like 20, 30, 40-ish% pretty quickly. So I think our average kingdom's almost at 50% now. They get really high. That's why our average is like a 23 tribute or something. Because if I go check, like let's say Sword's Edge for example, this thing has a if I can find, gosh, if I could find where the page is, where's the one that shows you your tribute thing? Yeah, 48%. It's like that's at 48%. This one's at 48%. I just could lump something with the same star. Let's see one that's lower. This one's at 46%. Not much lower, is it? Let's go for one that's super low. Cinnamraj, like I think our lowest one. 41%. So it's still pretty high. And then we look at one that's at the highest that it could possibly be currently. And this one is at 51%. So yeah, we actually have some above 50% now. All those 26-star kingdoms, because if I'm not mistaken, 26-star actually gives you tribute reward. I mean, chance, I mean. Which is the more useful one. No, it is tribute reward. Yeah, the last tribute chance that is currently obtainable in the game is at star 24. Until we have our first 27 kingdom. But currently nothing in the entire game can reach 27. And even if they can, the amount of resources you need for it is so high. So realistically, 26 is going to be the max for a while, even once 27 start coming into the game. But anyways. Actually, isn't there one that can reach 27 technically, but it's not worth it? I can't remember what kingdom it is, but actually I believe there is theoretically a 27 kingdom, it's just not worth going for. But, yeah, realistically, 24 is max tribute chance currently, realistically, in the current state of the game. And there's quite a few at 23 about to hit 24. Anyways, let's go back to, like, right here, Stormheim, for example. There's one of them right over here. Because you go from 48 to 51. No, there's a decimal there too, but it doesn't show the decimal of it. Anyways, where are we? Let's keep hunting for this Mimic. Let's go get the 100th Mimic. Let's go get this guy. Oh, is it Murgrim Woods? Yeah. I think that one can theoretically hit 27 star, but is not worth getting it because the amount of resources that it costs is super ultra not worth it. Pretty much no kingdom's going to be reaching 27 star anytime soon, unless they add more ways to get deeds in the game. Because with the current distribution of deeds, it is not really worth going for 27 or above. If any specific kingdom could go all the way to 30, it would maybe be worth it. But even then, probably not, because if I'm not mistaken, to get a level 30 kingdom, it actually requires you to have a 20 star kingdom. Or sorry, not a 20 star, but a level 20 kingdom. To get 30 star, you need a level 20. And the problem with a level 20 is it requires such an absurd amount of deeds. Where I'm pretty sure most people don't even have a single level 20 kingdom. I know I don't. I'm pretty sure even paying players don't. Like ones that buy like most of the deeds when they come around. If anyone even does that. Like it is very hard to have a level 30 kingdom, or sorry, a level 20 kingdom in the current state of the game. The one that costs deeds and gold, that one. Because I believe that's required either for 29 star or 30 star to have it all the way max. Oh, you weren't going to bother the explore flow. That's fine. If anyone has any questions, feel free. We're just kind of chilling tonight. Not as much as we really need to do in the current state of the game, so I figure we get our 100th Mimic. It's still something fun to do. Then to get another 100, no. Though we will at some point, obviously. That's definitely not a priority to go get the other 100 anytime soon. Obviously, the first 100 we wanted to prioritize a bit more, you know, until we got the mythic. Any question? Yeah, sure, any question. I didn't see your other comment. You're still trying to finish out the decks in the other game? Actually, I still need to send that over to my other thing. Because I meant to actually finish that in Sword and Shield, because I didn't have it for one of the DLCs finished. We're actually going to be doing that tomorrow. Not the decks thing, but doing Pokemon Sword and Shield, because I want to finish that game soon. I still haven't actually finished it yet. Though I did finally get around to getting Master Rank in both the PvPs there for the first time ever. That was fun. Because I've been looking into the competitive side of Pokemon. I'm still pretty average at it. But good enough to make the highest rank, if nothing else. For both categories, singles and doubles. It's definitely an interesting turn-based strategy. The weirdest thing about how Pokemon works, though, is I would say like 80 to 90% of the battle occurs before the battle even starts. Between the team that you make, how you breed them and EV train them and all that, as well as like what you select when you're on the like choose Pokemon screen when you see the other enemy's Pokemon. Like all those factors before the fight even begins is like at least 80% of the fight. The other 20% is just picking the right option during the battle. There's a weird turn-based kind of strategy thing where I don't know, a lot of the fight is determined before you even enter. I guess some pay-to-win games can also be kind of determined like that. Oh, Pokemon's not pay-to-win, though. It's just grind to win. If so, is there a Pokemon evolution index you can link you? Oh yeah, I can send it on Discord later. There's quite a few resources for it. The most important one for Sword and Shield is to have the initial 400, because that gives Shiny Charm. And Shiny Charm's decently broken in that game. Not as much as it is in Legends Arceus. But, it's still 3 extra rolls. Which is a lot compared to... Hey, we found a Mimic! Which is a lot compared to, you know, not having it. But, anyways, we found the Mimic we're going to hunt. Well, let's go hand out a code after this. We found it. This is the 100th Mimic. See if he has something good in them. Obviously, we're not ending yet. We're going to keep going. But we will hand out a code, as I mentioned, for finding the 100th Mimic. And we'll get 101. Alright, come on. Give us a 5 times. You know you want to. Come on. No. Come on. At least double Nisha or something. No. I'll double Rainy at least. But there we go. That is officially the 100th Mimic. Let me go add it to our total. And let's go hand out a code. That's not the one I'm looking for. And I'll keep grinding a little. Let's see. Because tonight's mostly just going to be a grind stream. But there we go. 100 total. 86 of them were 2 times, and the other 14 were 5 times. So we've now found 100 2-times chests, and of those, 14 were 5 times. But there we go. Officially 100. Unfortunately, pretty average loot, but at least we got some Arania. But there we go. Anyways, let me go give you guys a code. I did say when we found the 100th Mimic, we would do so, and that is indeed the 100th Mimic. And then next week, we have the 100th Guild War to go with our 100th Mimic. Let me go get you guys this code. Just need to go find the link real quick. And I'll go send that to you guys. And then we'll keep hunting. I might go clear out dailies real quick, and then we'll go back onto the hunt. See if we can find one more. Though I found my main objective. Wanted to find the 100th, and we found our 100th. The goal has been achieved. Though, of course, the need for tokens shall never end. But there you guys go. There's a redeem code used on gemsofwar.com and underneath the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever game says in the bottom left corner right over there is what you put in for your invite code. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste random numbers and letters starting with RA. And give same word as always, 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,000 voucher gold. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot and is greatly appreciated. Anyways, there you guys go. So, where were we? Let's go clear out dailies real quick, and then we'll mess with continuing the hunt. We can get our... Oh, we actually have Imperials today. Ooh. I was just talking about the need for more deeds. The only problem with deeds, though, they're still coming in such a weird, like, sporadic, slow trickle. They really need a more consistent way to get deeds. Even if they have to add an entire game mode to it, or make treasure hunt give deeds. Imagine, like, the quickest way to make treasure hunt viable. Literally add any amount of chance to get deeds. Even if it's relatively small, like, any way to infinitely farm deeds in treasure hunt would instantly make treasure hunt viable. If they actually wanted people to play the mode. A Rit Gnome would be absolutely insane. I don't feel like they would do that, because that'd be a lot harder to control how much comes into the game. But you never know. It'd be amazing if they did, though. Because that's probably the one main currency that is just absurdly annoying to get in the current state of the game. That and war coins. But war coins reaches a point where you very quickly don't need them anymore. But you're always needing deeds. Like, out of every, like, very needed resource in the game that's needed for a lot of progression, it is the one that you really can't obtain that well. Like, there's not really any consistent way to, like, increase your deed consumption. The only way you kind of can is if you farm a lot of gems, and then you buy the deeds that are on your daily deeds whenever they're here under offers, and then maybe doing arena runs as well. Like, you can kind of do that. However, it costs a lot of gems. To a degree where you have to be farming, like, hundreds of gems per day. Clicking that trippy button, like, every single hour, plus, like, going out of your way to actually farm it as well. Which means, like, doing treasure hunt and stuff. But it's really not worth it. Like, I never buy the smaller deeds. I do buy the Imperial, though. Imperial's always worth it. If you see an Imperial in your shop thing, you should get it. It's only 500 gold for, 500 gems for an Imperial. Which is a lot of gems, but it's still worth it. Yeah, diamonds are also another currency that is kind of weird to get. I kind of keep forgetting about it sometimes just because I have such a surplus. But diamonds are the other really big resource, because diamonds are used to get every mythic in the game. If you had infinite diamonds, you would literally have every single high rarity thing in the game, as well as every weapon. Though you do eventually reach a point where they become useless, as weird as that may seem. The main reason for this is one functionality that you don't really realize until you get, like, ultra late into the game, like, you know, like, pretty much have everything, is once you have every mythic in the game, diamonds don't help you that much. The main reason for this is diamonds cannot be used to get new mythics. It can only be used to get old mythics. So you tend to have, like, a gigantic surplus of them eventually, because all new content needs other resources to get. Like, for example, when a new mythic comes out first Friday of every single month, you end up needing things like gem keys and, guild keys and stuff like that. You don't specifically need diamonds for it, because if you wait for diamonds, you can get them with diamonds. However, you're going to have to wait months before you can get them with diamonds. So, a lot of things to get instantly you actually can't do with diamonds, which eventually makes them a relatively dead currency, as weird as that may seem. Even though, as you're progressing through the game, and for a good majority of players, they're like one of the most valuable currencies, because, you know, you can get literally any mythic you want out of them, which is huge. But I'm doing the wrong team. But they have the downside of not actually being able to get new mythics in a particularly quick way, as it normally takes months before they rotate back around, or even around for the first time to begin with. Yeah, I would love to see if they actually added a Rit Gnome, though. Technically, they already have two that give diamonds, but they come in at such a slow rate. There's no reason why they couldn't do one for Rits. Even if it's very low amounts. Like, even if they made it as useless as Jewel Gnome, it would still not be useless. Oh yeah, they love to make dead currencies. Honestly, I think it's just a free-to-play issue in general. Because I've noticed a lot of games just have way too many dead currencies. I know with Pokemon Unite, almost every currency in the game is a dead currency other than the premium one. Like, literally all of them. Just eventually have no purpose at all. Because they never really had an interconnecting system too well for it. Fall Guy's actually doing that with kudos as well. Starting, well, technically it was already a dead currency even before. But even more so with the changes that they're making at launch. It's almost a completely dead currency. Because they're making it so it can only get lower rarity skins. So you have to pay for the higher rarity ones, which I probably won't bother with. I don't know, we'll see. I might on occasion. Because they're kind of changing the format of the game from like, you can get everything automatically for free to, yeah, we want money. Let's see. I'll take that one over. Did we get a Horde Mimic yet? Yes, we found the Horde Mimic about a month ago, or a couple weeks ago, whenever it was. But yes, we have found the Horde Mimic. Unless you mean finding a Mimic this stream, in which case, yes, we have found the 100th Mimic! We finally did it. Found it about 10 minutes ago. They're still hunting, obviously. But yes, we did indeed find the 100th Mimic this stream. And right now we're just kind of doing, you know, just a little more farming. Because we already finished everything else out for the week. And then tomorrow night, we'll go over all the spoilers and maybe do some Guild War prep. Because next week's the 100th Guild War, so gotta try winning it. Not that we don't try winning every Guild War, but you know, we definitely have to try hard a bit more than normal. Hey, 1,000 glory, nice, great to see. But we definitely have to try hard a little bit more than normal next week. See if we can actually get a perfect 30-0. Though we're eventually just going to get trolled by a very bad starting board and get a 29-1. Did I see the $50? Oh yeah, it's very overpriced. Not only has it always been overpriced to get a power orb there, but if you just buy the entire campaign pass, which I just did earlier today, I meant to a little bit earlier, thanks to Isabel, of course, for the money for it. But if you just buy that, it's still a bit pricey, but it's only $25 for a power orb, assuming you complete out the entire pass. Plus you get everything else from the pass. Well, that's a bit pricier than doing the 10 option if you really wanted the power orb. Like, if you were already buying the pass, and you just wanted a power orb, it's only $15 more. Which is still a lot, but, you know, it's still a pretty nice resource. But yeah, $50 for a power is way too much, especially in the current state of the game. Because they haven't even been adding anything to use powers on. But if you were to craft an entire Zugoff off the $50 offers, it would cost $400 for a Zugoff. Which Zugoff is good, but he's definitely not $400 worth good. He's definitely not that good. Though I do know some people that did do that for like the very last orb. But I definitely would not advise trying to get Zugoff off of just money orbs. That'd be very exceedingly expensive. Like, it's a really decent troop, but it's definitely not worth that much money. That is for sure. We've been getting a lot of Rainias this stream. Though none of the higher two. Because even our Mimic that we got earlier had double on it. I think we're up to like 6 or 7 tonight. Not Mimics, but specifically the Arainias, that is. But not finding anything else of high rarity. Oh, thought we still had a poke left. Apparently not. You're kind of in the end game too, but your Slayer class isn't level 100 yet. You run Thrall, Centurion, Elementalist with Zooguff. Not literally as fast, but at least it takes Explore 12 comfortable. Oh yeah, it would definitely help out a lot. You don't necessarily need to be running a triple damage up front. It does help a decent amount though. Also, it doesn't have to be Slayer. You could technically use any triple damage fire hero class. Like, I used Dragon Guard for a little while. Dragon Guard's benefit is that it doesn't die, like, ever, pretty much. Like, it still can die, but realistically it's, like, never dying. But the problem with it is it doesn't have enough damage range to one-shot and normally two shots. But it has the benefit of having barrier at start plus 40% score reduction, making it near invincible in the context of this kind of team. But it's way slower, but way safer. Oh, that's not the move I wanted to fail. The misclick. It'd be cool if they let you use 8 orbs of power to make a class automatically level 100. I don't feel like that value exchange would be worth it. But, it would be cool if you could use it for that purpose. Ideally just 1 power and then just max a class, so that might be a little bit too easy. If it was only 1. Though I feel like 8 would be way too many. Because I would never spend 8 to max a class. Like if a new class came out and they asked me 8 power orbs to max it instantly, I would just spend a bunch of gems. Because if you break down the gem cost, it would cost you only 1 power orb worth of gems. Because a power orb, if you get it off a leaderboard, costs you anywhere from about 5 to 10,000 gems. And to max out a hero class costs you about a little under 6,000 gems. If you were to instantly max a hero class, a new one, when it comes out. Or, you know, on a Thursday event. So technically, the cost of maxing a class is only 1 power orb. Or, you know, 1 power orb worth of gems, that is. Oh yeah, Sentinel's kind of funny. Isn't that one troop that gives you attack based on armor? There's some really funny builds that could be built out of that. I personally don't use it because I find it to be a little bit slow in a lot of situations. But it can actually do some pretty ridiculous damage. I feel like most buff teams don't really get used in the current state of the game though, because the current meta is so ridiculously quick that even taking a turn to buff up your attack to like literal 1,000 would not even be worth it in a lot of situations. Just because of how quick paced the game is. If there was an ability that like literally gave you 1,000 all stats but had no other side effect, it would probably not be used in the current state of the game. That is how quick paced the game is. There could literally be a buff 1 unit to all 1,000 stats, and it would probably still be too slow in most battles. Especially since something like that would have a really high mana cost, obviously. There's a troop that somewhat does that, but he also gives it full mana, so it kind of makes up for it in speed. It's one of the only reasons why he's not completely useless. What's his name? That one divine troop that they added. I cannot remember his name. But it gives a bunch of attack HP and armor, but it also gives them full mana. Was he Arc something? Yeah, there it is, the Arc Diva. But this is the closest thing we have to that. It gives everything but magic, a bunch of it. But it also gives him full mana, which makes him not slow. But there's 2 things that makes him not slow. For one, he's a very low mana cost mythic, only 20, which for a mythic's actually pretty low. But he also gives him full mana. If it wasn't for the full mana, he'd never be used. But that's kind of like the main gimmick that makes him actually like somewhat usable. And he has Barrier Blast, which is a pretty good safe option. Like that's one of the most defensive final traits in the game, among one of them. I should have taken the other way around. Could have gotten a red there. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Welcome. Oh, you got stuck at a store? I feel like gas station lines are sometimes like the worst. Like they're so short, but there's like so much commotion that normally happens that it takes forever. Like a gas station line could be 3 people. It could take longer than like a 10-person line somewhere else. The only place with a more annoying line would probably be grocery stores. I'll catch you later, Henry. Have a good weekend. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I was mentioning that earlier. 8 powers for a hero class would be awful. Like, that'd be way too much. 1 power orb to max a hero class. Now that could be worth it. If you could use 1 to simply max level, as well as max trait and everything at hero class. And by max level, you know, I mean the level 100 thing. Not just this level 20 other level. But if you could use 1 power orb to max out a class, that value exchange would be worth it. Because it saves you roughly 28 to 30, 40-ish hours, depending on what method you use. And its value exchange is pretty much the same. Because I was mentioning it costs around a little under 6,000 gems to max a hero class. And a power orb normally costs 5 to 10,000 gems if you're getting it from a leaderboard. So it comes out to pretty much the same gem cost. It just would be in the form of a power orb instead of gems. Though of course they'd rather have people sink the gems, of course. So they'd probably never add a feature like that, unfortunately. Because they'd rather have the people, you know, sink that many gems rather than use a power orb for it. So why'd I do that? We could have already won. Gosh, maybe we should go back to Golvania. We were doing so much better luck-wise on the Golvania the other night. But of course, it's purely coincidence. I know he froze. That one freeze troop is so annoying. Honestly, the entirety of Lycanthropy in Golvania is probably less annoying than that one single freeze troop in this location. I'm not sure how, but it is. Also, one thing I don't quite understand. Why is Wolf Knight never showing up here anymore? I don't quite understand what makes it choose what options from the kingdom get chosen here. Because I'm pretty sure Wolf Knight essentially never shows up here anymore. Which is just kind of strange. Because Wolf Knight's one of those few that have a mean to burn here. But he never actually shows up. Which is technically a good thing. It's just kind of weird. What kingdom do you find easiest on Explore 12? Oh, there's a few that are pretty easy. Sinner Mirage is pretty high up there for easiness. Main reason we don't do it there is you have to wait for the explosion at the start of every fight, which makes it go a little slower. Same reason why I don't do Nexus. Nexus is also pretty easy from a difficulty standpoint, but it wastes a lot of time. Hey, Celestial. But it wastes a lot of time due to the gem spawn that it does. Because it has like a weird convert thing every single turn. And that convert takes up time. So even though it's among one of the easiest from a difficulty perspective, it wastes a lot of time that you wouldn't want to waste when you're trying to win very quickly. There's quite a few kingdoms that are like that you want to avoid. Another one, or any of them that have a lot of those 25% revive troops, or even any of them for that matter. And obviously any of them that have 100% revive you definitely want to avoid, like Brashnock. Just trying to preemptively stun them is just too annoying. And it will generally slow down your team to have an option for it. Though it doesn't matter on Explore 1, because on Explore 1 they don't have the trait. But if you're doing Explore 12, it matters. Oh, I already had to... Gosh, I do that so often. Honestly, I feel like every time we ever find do mimics, I'm pretty sure there's like a dozen times, some of which I might not even notice, where we have the skull win condition and I just do not grab it. It's way too often. There's just so much board to look at. There's too much board on the board. I think on a smaller screen it would maybe work a little bit easier. Hey, that reminds me. Have we done a poll recently on where people watch me from? We might want to do that again on Monday. I'm actually curious. I think we did one like about a month or two ago, but I already forget where the results are off the top of my head. Because I'm actually curious how many people watch us on phone, specifically. There's actually some people who watch us on TV and console, which is kind of funny. Which is generally going to be a very big screen. I do still have my banner set up on my YouTube thing too to have TV compatibility. Some people don't do that for their YouTube banner. Because there's actually, the banner that you normally see on the PC and mobile version actually only makes up about 1/3 of the total banner that you have at the top of your thing on YouTube. The rest only shows under some very weird circumstances on PvP, I mean, on PC, I mean, or on TV. Oh, so I should probably update that banner. There's a lot of graphics with this. There's a lot of things with the channel I should probably update. Like overhaul a couple things. Actually, it's kind of funny. You know how long ago that was actually made? It was made during the hurricane from when I first moved here. Which was 5, 6 years ago? 5. 6. 5. I want to say 5. It's like 2017. That's how long ago it was. Actually, I could probably find the file when it was last updated too and kind of see. Yeah, I think we made it in 2017, I'm pretty sure. During the hurricane. We'd even have electricity. Actually, we didn't have internet, but I think we had like barely electricity. Because, it, you know, like sometimes we'd have it, sometimes we wouldn't. It was like rolling because of the storm. Luckily, we evacuated for all other storms. But that very first one we didn't. But luckily, we also haven't gotten hit in the last couple years, which is nice. Hopefully we won't again this year. The hurricane season is upon us soon. Well, technically now, but it normally doesn't hit this area bad until September. How do you feel about the new kingdom coming out? I did look at a couple things there, though I didn't read over every single mechanic. And I'm pretty hyped for it. I'm not sure how useful stuff there is actually going to be. But oddly enough, they do use the new gargoyle gem, which is kind of interesting. Like, a lot of things in the new kingdom are actually based on the gargoyle gem that we have going on right now. And it will be happening during this season as well, technically. While we still have the gargoyle gems falling from the sky. Because it's coming out midway through next month. Pretty much a month from now. We're getting the new kingdom, which is still during this current season, of course, with the gargoyle gems. Yeah, it's right around the corner. It seemed like a while, but we'll get her pretty quick. I'm not ignoring Cookie's account. I'm pretty sure Cookie's saying it every single time I see something luck-based. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that count will go up a lot if Cookie actually counted for the stream we're doing tomorrow morning. Did I already pre-order the Pokemon bundle? I have not yet. I've been meaning to, but I still haven't. I'm still waiting till the next trailer. Not like it's gonna stop me from getting it. But, we still haven't seen the core mechanic coming in the next Pokemon game. They're probably announcing it sometime next month, I would assume. But we will be streaming Pokemon again tomorrow. Probably gonna hunt the 3 Galar birds. Because I'm still trying to finish out that DLC. We're almost done with it. We're getting there. There's a lot to do in it, surprisingly. I wish they would have launched with that DLC already. Because it fixed all the endgame content that was the biggest issue at launch in that game. But, I don't know, better late than never. Speaking about late, I'm playing it like 2 years after the DLC actually launched. But I figured we'd do it before next gen gets here. Oh, TMNT, is that the Ninja Turtle things? I'm not familiar with the abbreviation, but I'm pretty sure this is the Ninja Turtle game. Oh no, I don't have too much nostalgia for the Ninja Turtles. Like, they were a part of my childhood, but definitely not as much as other cartoons. Mostly because I don't really like the superhero kind of cartoons. And while they are technically a bit of a different category than that, I still kind of consider them under like that whole superhero kind of category. And I never really cared for them that much, like all the superhero-like characters. And I know they're not like the generic like Marvel, Capcom kind of things, or whatever they're called, DC. I know they're not in like that kind of category. But I don't know, to me they still kind of fall in that category. Of like superhero stuff I don't really care for. But I was never really into all that during a kid. Like, I knew they exist, I still watch some things related to them. But I don't really have that much nostalgia for them. I was trying for Skullfus guy. Hey, still got it. How's that, love Drew? Welcome, welcome. Oh, how did that not get full mana? I guess it technically did. You just have to take a couple extra turns. That was another instance where we could have already killed. Though in all fairness, we were already in the menu to go kill the thing with the cast. This still works out. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. Because I think we'll go for another chest or two and then call it a wrap. Because we found our Mimic. Our main objective has been completed. It has been for most of the stream. We got it actually pretty early. But then tomorrow night we'll mess with all the spoilers and everything, prep for the 100th Guild War, and then we have our 100th Guild War going on. Oh, you know what? That's actually a troop I didn't show for the video. The Ulf Harrigan. He's actually not too bad. The biggest issue with him is he doesn't hit all things simultaneously. He only hits 3. So AoE builds normally go a little bit quicker than him. Which is why I didn't bother showing any team with him on the Friday video. It's kind of funny because I posted the weekly video a little bit late. The video we covered yesterday actually had more views than the Monday video. Or I should say the Tuesday video because, you know, I covered it a little bit later. But I find that kind of funny. But yeah, I'll definitely need to start covering them. It's something I haven't really done much in the past, but we might start dividing it a little bit more. Because I noticed most other Gems of War channels kind of divide their things up. Whereas I do it as like one big mega video. But the problem with that is it makes it harder to get that one big mega video out because it takes way longer to record compared to separating them over the week. But we'll see. They're separated as like 2 videos, where one goes over all the teams and the other one just goes over, you know, like Soul Forge, the weekly event, all that. Because I actually did used to divide it that way, back in the day. And then I started doing it as one video. It's kind of weird, because it started as one video, I then started dividing it into 2, then I started putting it back into 1, and now I'm considering putting it back into 2. I'm just not sure. We swapped back and forth many times over the course of the channel. Where right now we currently do it as 1, of course. But, I don't know, we might go back to doing it as 2. The main benefit of it as 2 is it makes it a lot easier to get the Monday video up at a very timely manner. Because there's a lot less to cover. So we're at exactly 0 shards. Loading screen, hello? Lag? Come on, it's not 6 hours from now. You shouldn't be lagging yet. It's not weekly reset yet. Hello, game? Game? Hey, maybe it doesn't want me to play more. I was planning on ending it right about now anyway, so... Maybe the game wants us to stop grinding. We've hit our grind quota for the week. I might have to restart the game. Oh, there we go. The game is chosen for us. I think we're ending the stream here. That's kind of funny. Anyways, yeah, we'll end it here. Obviously, I think we can just restart the game. It'll be fine. But we were pretty much going to end it anyway, so that works out. Anyways, we'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. Mostly going to be going over the weekly spoilers. There's the error message. I was gonna say, come on now. But hey, we're in. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, hour prior to now tomorrow. Go over the weekly spoilers, prep for the 100th Guild War. And we'll go from there. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll catch you guys soon. And yeah, 100th Guild War next week. Should be a lot of fun. Catch you guys then. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching. Also, we will have a midday stream tomorrow. Probably going to start around 10-ish. And we'll probably do Pokemon Sword and Shield, trying to catch the legendary birds in a very specific way. Though it shouldn't be as boring as Calyrex. Though it is still pretty tedious. Though the process is a little bit better than the whole other mythic. Like the process for them, so a little bit more like actually doing something. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone, and thanks for watching.